Well, I've got some unmentionables for you to take a peek at. So, let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to CampGeeks, and today we're talking about underwear. So this is some pretty cool, pretty unique underwear from a company called SAXX. Now, they provided this underwear for me to check out, which I am very happy they allowed me to do this, because I am a huge fan, actually. But that said, I'm not a huge fan because they sent this to me. So I'm going to base this off just like every other video I've ever done. If I was to buy this with my own money, would I be happy with them? And these are not cheap. You know, if you go to the store, you can get pretty inexpensive underwear. I stepped up to a little bit higher quality underwear, about $15 a pair, give or take. And they're nice. They're fine. They're not a cotton-based. They're more breathable, more athletic type boxer brief that I wear typically. But I was allowed to try out these SAXX. Now these guys are different than your traditional underwear in that they have a little sack built in to the underwear to basically reduce chafing, reduce rub, and give you a little hammock hold for your boys. And I'm going to try to show you that as best possible without actually showing it on me. I decided I'm just not going to do that. Probably best for everybody in all reality. But I have two different underwears here, and I will say I was allowed to try out two different sizes as well. Thankfully, all three different prints. So I have there's two of the Volt series. The Wash to Shore print, which is this basically, well, they even put it on the packaging, fights ocean plastic and global poverty, because it basically has like crabs and stuff made out of plastic junk that's washed up on the shore. This is kind of the, I think they call the haze camo variety in the vibe as well. And then on the Quest series, I have this gray, like grizzly grain, I think is what they call it. Basically it has wood grained bears. But these are both different underwear. These two are both the Vibe series, or the Volt series, and this is the Quest series. And actually, if you go by the packaging itself, the Vibe, I keep saying Vibe, Volt, is breathable micro mesh, moisture whipping, odor resistant, and has no fly. The Quest has a fly. It's quick drying micro mesh, and it is a little bit different material actually. It actually is a different makeup. I think it actually has less nylon and actually more polyester in it, or maybe this is the other way around. Let's see. This is actually 88% polyester. This is actually mainly nylon and very little polyester in it. But this one has a little different fabric, a little different feel to it. They also say odor resistant, and of course, like I said, has a fly. So let's bring it in. Get a little bit closer look, and I'll show you what makes these different. Okay, maybe you can see the prints a little bit closer up so you can kind of see what they look like. Now, these have actually been worn multiple times, been through the wash cycle. I would say 4 or 5 times total I've washed them through the wash cycle. So, of course, that would be 4 or 5 times worn. I don't wear them multiple days. I just don't do that. Unless I'm hiking, then maybe I would. But you can see the fabric inside, and this is where these guys are kind of known for this little sack. So if I actually hold it up, it's probably the best way to see it. I don't know. But they kind of have this divider, right, built into it. It's a very mesh. You can see that it's a mesh material in there that just kind of, and even when you put tension on it, it gives a little sack. Hence the name SAXX, right? I don't know how well I can see that, but it basically kind of grabs, puts your boys, and you don't have to really do anything. It does it automatically. I was worried about you'd have to, orient it or whatever, because there's other underwear out there that have a little more things kind of built in for it. But you don't really have to worry about it. Now, the Volt series like this, the Quest series like this one actually has the the fly here, right? So you can actually use the fly. If you're a person that never uses the fly, to be honest, I never almost ever use the fly, then you won't miss it if you were to change over to the Volt series. And the Volt series also is a different fabric too. This one's a very sleek, very, very, very comfortable fabric. I will honestly tell you that the Quest series is more airy and definitely is more breathable in that regard. And I have nothing but great things to say about the Quest series as well, but this fabric feels fantastic. And this is the Volt series. And of course this is the camo look, and then we also have the I think what they call it, well, the ocean one, the garbage one, right? But when I first got this, I was like, "What is that? Is that cans and plastic? That's interesting." But of course, fabric's fabric, and they have a ton of different prints you can choose from. These are just a couple varieties, and that way you can kind of see that they offer some neat varieties. And I like variety. I like it. Looks good. But this one's not going to have, in the Volt series at all, it does not have a fly, so it's consistent fabric. But just like the other one, you'll see you have that same netting material in here to capture your boys. And it works really, really well. I was kind of skeptical at first when I first got them. I am not a skeptic at all. I am a huge believer in this underwear. I actually try to use this underwear. So when I've said I've done a few wash cycles, it's because these are usually the first 3 pairs of underwear that I use. And I didn't want to do a video with a used pair of underwear, so I had to wash them. But every time they come back out of the wash machine, I grab them again. So you can see as well that the waistbands are a little bit different, right? And that's because this pair back here is actually a size medium. These two are actually size larges. And I wanted to try, based on, whichever. It can vary depending on what you are. I definitely, for me, the medium is a little bit tighter and is a little better fitting, personally. I'm not a very large person. I usually have 34 waist pants, but my 34 waist pants, I usually almost always have to have a belt on. If I go 32, it's a little too tight, so I usually always go 34, but I always have a belt, so it doesn't really matter. So the medium for me works the best in my regard. They do offer different cut styles as well, so these are the boxer briefs. And like I said, they will have other cuts if you don't like boxer briefs. You can go briefs. They have various offerings, but these have 5-inch inseam here, so that's what the boxer briefs are going to have. And they really don't run up. These run up a lot less than my other ones that I have that I've been wearing for a few years now, actually, and I have 12 pairs of. These definitely are more comfortable than those, and these definitely don't ride up as easily. So, huge benefit in that regard. I think I said the word brief before. They don't offer briefs. Boxer briefs, trunks, they have different cut styles, so you don't have to have as long of an inseam if you don't want. But they have different cuts, essentially, is what I was trying to get at. I'm a huge fan. Now, whenever you're paying, if you're buying a single pair of these are not cheap. They're $32 a pair. Now, that said, you can get multi-packs and reduce that cost per pair. So you can buy them in 2-packs or 3-packs. You're not going to have as many options, I don't think, in terms of the variety. And if you buy a 3-pack, it's not going to be like, oh yeah, I can choose 3 different whatever. They do have different packs available on there. However, with that said, again, they are, without a doubt, way higher quality than my $15 pair ones, which, like I said, I bought 10 or 12 of them in total so far. Because they work and they're fine. But I definitely get less chafing action, specifically on really hot days when you're working and things happen, right? Very, very comfortable. They manage you a little better. And the fabric is way better and much more breathable than my other ones as well, which are still athletic. They're not bad underwear. They're good. And I used to wear they were like $25, $30 a pair. Calvin Klein, really nice ones that I really liked, but they actually wore out really fast. These seem like they're very well built. If you didn't notice before, the stitching is fantastic on them. They're very well built. So I can honestly tell you that I'm probably going to be buying more of these. I'm glad and very grateful that I was able to try a few different pairs of these. I probably will be buying one or two more of each of the two varieties in the medium size, I will say. But yeah, huge fan. I really do like them. I really do, and I will put my name behind them, no doubt. So I'm going to put links to where you can check out these guys directly on their website. And if you have any questions at all, please comment below, subscribe, share, like the video. You can head over to CampGeeks.com and get a hold of me directly. So if you have maybe some more intimate questions that you don't want to put in the comments, by all means, head over to CampGeeks.com and you can actually email me directly from the website. So, yeah, I was going to actually put on the little show and put them on. I decided not to. I'm just not really wanting to, and I don't think you want to either. So that's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking by to the end, and we'll catch you back here for a future video review. I have a bunch of stuff coming, so thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.